Hi, I'm Raven, and I'm having a pint in all 32 counties in Ireland. Next up, County Waterford. With a 5 a.m. call time to board the first train to Waterford City, we made our way to Heuston Station. It was storming in Dublin, which made me concerned, but if there's anything I've learned from living here, it's the only trustworthy source for weather updates are pensioners walking their bichon frisés and talking loudly to their mates. And so we arrived in Waterford. Let's get one thing clear. I love Waterford. This place is a hidden gem. There's so much history around every corner. Yo! The sun truly shines on Waterford City. Just whatever you do, don't be tall. I'm like 5'7" in my stomping shoes, and even I was having a hard time in some of these medieval buildings. As a fan of the concept of Vikings, I visited Reginald's Tower, which was free the day I went, and featured a lot of archaeological finds from around the county. This video mentions that you're in the same room as a cannonball that was shot at the tower, and I legitimately couldn't find— oh no, there it is. I spoke to a man named James who works there, and if you've been watching my videos, you've probably noticed that I don't really like to film people or blatantly film in public around people, and that's because, as someone who studies film, I try to uphold the ethics of documentary filmmaking, which I understand that calling these videos documentaries is kind of like calling McDonald's fine dining and calling Coors beer. But James was incredibly knowledgeable on the history of Waterford and the Vikings.
The first record of a Viking attack in Ireland is on Rathlin Island, which is that island there. Right. So on the very, very north coast. That was 795 AD.
He also told me what pubs I should visit and marked them on a little map for me, but there was one that stood out.
Last one, and the reason I mentioned this last one is because it's unusual. Tommy Maher's pub, tiny pub now. I mean, I have more room here than Tommy Maher's, but what's unusual about it is for many, many years, women weren't allowed. Now they are now.
Yeah.
That's changed. But Tommy Maher, who owned it,
no women.
Yeah. And the only woman allowed in there was his wife, and she used to serve behind the bar.
There you go.
Yeah. And no swearing either.
It'd be wonderful if it was bought by a woman.
It was.
It was?
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just one of those.
That's the best ending.
Yeah.
And with that, we explored downtown Waterford to see what's poppin' and do some shopping. Having a great time in Vedrarfjordur. However, something that really fascinated me was the amount of US-themed clothes in stores. Like, how do they pick and choose the locations they call their business and put on shirts? Anyway, no matter where you're from, just don't play with your balls in Waterford. This is one of my favorite paintings in stained glass form, only in Waterford. Checked out the outside of St. Patrick's Church. Fun fact, the Presentation Sisters invented the PowerPoint. I didn't say the fact was true, I said the fact was fun. So I went to the ginger— no, I just talked about the ethics of documentary filmmaking. I'm trying not to film folks' faces. So I went to the Ginger Man to have some of the best beef and Guinness stew that I've had in Ireland so far. I'm glad the sandworm from Beetlejuice got some temporary holiday work. And so what is the Academy going to say about this? And so I entered. A brave young woman holding space in a place that once didn't welcome her kind. Once again, everyone stared at me like I shot about-time actor Donald Gleason. Ha, see? I got the name right. But I didn't care. I was here to get my Guinness. Sláinte, babe. I chatted with the lad behind the bar, who's great and super friendly. I've just observed that every non-Dublin lad bartender all kind of has the same monologue, as if they're about to start a song in like an Irish jukebox musical. Yeah, I'm from insert town or city, born and bred. But one of these days, I'm getting out of here. These people round here would be dead. You get it. But let me tell you, this monologue works on me every single time. I'm just like, you're gonna make it out of here, man. On that note, I tried their whiskey mac, and it was so sweet and smooth, I asked if they sell it, and despite them being sold out, the owner Claire made an extra bottle for me, and explained the history of the pub. She also wanted to make it clear that Tom didn't actually hate women. The pub was a sailor's bar, so he had a system of keeping things cool in his pub. The atmosphere was great once folks started warming up to me, and so many people were in the giving spirit that I was bought a pint of Smittix, another whiskey by some lads who were leaving, and a half pint of Peroni. That's 9 out of 32 counties, 8 pints consumed. And as I left for the train, one table started singing Folsom Prison Blues, so I like to think that I left a good impression on Thomas Mares. The ride back to Dublin was the best train I've ever taken, because I was spaced out listening to Fleetwood Mac the entire time. Special thanks to Luke and Claire at Thomas Mares. I'll be sure to call in when I need to restock my whiskey. And thank you all so much for watching. Just remember, if you visit any of these pubs, tell them Raven sent you.